Oh, hey, Brandon.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Why did you come to Japan?
Oh, so I could teach English.
You don't have any sort of other skill that you get paid to do here?
No. How about yourself?
No.
And we're back.
Was that funny?
So today's the main topic we're talking about is beating a dead horse, but you gotta tell people the same thing 1,000 times because it gets so it gets in their head.
You know what's funny? Like, I'll look at young people and I'll be like, I wish I could just go up to them and just not explain things, but just be like, here's my knowledge.
Right?
Don't do this. Do this.
Or just like do one of those time things, or just take my knowledge. Like I'm graduating high school. Take what I know back there and
Yeah.
I'll be a different person. I'll be so more successul.
I know, that's everyone though. Take your 30-year-old brain, put it in an 18-year-old body. And better yet, 12-year-old.
Oh.
You'll be running shit in junior high school.
Yeah. But that's the thing, that's the thing we always gotta repeat, because a lot of people are like, fuck these guys, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because I've done it too, like, man, get out of here, just miserable guy. Then I'm like, oh shit, that's me.
Yeah.
I am Snape from Harry Potter now. Professor Snape.
He was the one with, the nice smile.
No, he was the dark arts teacher. But he was a good guy the whole time.
Good guy the whole time?
He had Harry's back the whole time.
He had a Harry back the whole time?
That too. That's why he didn't get
Those
Harry.
Brits. Okay, so what was it we're talking about?
So,
knowledge?
Yeah, so everyone comes to Japan. And the course of the thing is, like, this is for not just Japan, but going to any country to live.
Yeah.
Not for school, not for vacation, but to live.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an American thing, but like a lot of people think like, I'm just gonna go to a different country, it's just gonna work out.
But here's the thing, I know one person that just does that for her whole life, it seems like, and it seems to work out in every country she goes to. Right. Like Japan, America, they were in Taiwan, and now they're in Mexico. It's just like...
What kind of work is she doing?
I don't know, just stuff.
Is she taking advantage of
It's questionable.
Oh.
They live a questionable lifestyle that I'm not brave enough to ask. But it's like, that's the only time that I feel like that seems to work out.
Yeah.
But every other time it's just like, why would you go to a country if you don't know anything about it?
Or just like, at least like, alright, so the things I always stress is, even before the language, I might even put this before language, I would say a marketable skill. Or they kind of go hand in hand, but like, because people come here, of course we do the English teaching thing because we have to.
Yeah. And
then you go like, all right, and then you go, I want a different job. Because back home in America, I've had so many jobs. Because I'm like, all right, I'm tired of this job. Let me try this.
Okay.
You come to Japan, it's like, okay, that was the English teacher thing. Let me try. I want a different job. They're like, you want a different job? I'm like, yeah, what else could I do? Explore. They're like, what's wrong with English teaching?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
It's like, I just want to try something different. It's like, nah, you can try ALT. You can try this Eikawa. You can try this child Eikawa. I'm like,
Daycare?
Daycare? I'm like, but anything outside of English teaching?
And I think we brought this up on one other podcast where it's like, I don't even think I'm really qualified to teach. And especially like, we have some mentally challenged students, and they treat them as if they're like just average students. It's like
I do that.
It's like I I'm not really qualified to do this. And like, listen, the mom wants a 40-minute break. So can you just sing some songs with this kid? I'm like, I guess.
He's eating the crayons. What do I do?
That does happen. But then he smiles at you. Like, hey, I can't be mad at you, buddy.
Yeah, you alright,
Yeah, all right.
You gonna make it. You gonna make it.
But then he picks up the CD player and can't tell the manager or the mom. Just go, oh, he was great.
He's great. My favorite student. Bring him in all the time.
Give me more. But yeah, it's just like, I'm not qualified for even really to teach English, so why am I also not qualified to do these other jobs?
That's true. Hey, that's one
like,
guy.
My brother went to school to be a teacher, and now he's teaching. I went to school for fucking philosophy, and you were what?
International business.
International business. Why are we teaching English?
That's true. And wait, there was another point I was going. Oh, that message I sent you. I was like, you know what? Like, if you actually have English teaching degree and experience, well, you probably won't come to Japan. Let's be honest. It'd be like, I'm gonna teach some real English. But if you did say, let me try going to the country, you'll be like, you would be very disappointed. Because the English teaching jobs here is like, follow our system, fuck it, get in and get out.
Yeah.
If you're like, actually, I know how to teach English, like, don't do that shit. Please.
No.
Please don't do that.
They will tell you that. They're like, we just teach this stuff. Let me stop.
If I have a guaranteed system that will make them fluent, please don't do that.
Listen, we just do this.
You trying to take advantage? Huh? You want to move up in my position?
Yeah, they really did. That's getting another topic.
No, go ahead.
Japan really doesn't like changing their Japanese way.
Nah. They stuck in the old ways.
And
whether it works or not, like a whole, it could be a thing that people know it doesn't work.
Hey, you guys can use AC in the summer. Nope, these fans will be just fine.
They know it's stupid. They know it doesn't work. But they're like, we're just gonna keep doing it. It's like, what? Everyone's like, is everyone in agreement that this is not working? Yeah. Does everyone think it's stupid? Yeah. Should we change it? Nah. Come on, man.
Which actually, a lot of people just move to other countries if they have any English skills. Like, there was one girl on YouTube who, she's Japanese, but she's like, I left Japan because, like, they don't really blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I think she moved to England. I'm like, England?
Good day, mate.
Is that England or Australia? Oh. What's the difference? They're both islands. I think one's hotter and one's cloudier. But yeah. So what would you do if you knew better? Like, what would you have studied in college to come to Japan for? Engineering? Like,
I would still do international business. I mean, I think also I would probably do a major in some kind of programming or something with computers.
That's just a good idea in general.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the podcast also.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know.
And computers is where it's at.
But if you're good at computers, would you even want to live here? Like, the work environment's so much more stressful than America.
That's true. From freelance or start your own business.
But is that even really popular here? I mean, we're just talking about, like, Japan always sticks with their, we want you to work at this company. They're not really into freelance yet, really.
Well, one of my friends just got a new gig in Tokyo where he's doing some programming shit. Oh, okay. He says it's pretty chill. And they'll pay him $3,000 a month. So I'm like, this motherfucker. No, $3,200.
I was gonna say that's only a little bit better than us to program.
And it's in Tokyo, so I guess that can go pretty fast.
Oh, okay. So, like, well, Tokyo's pretty expensive to live in, so 32,000. 3,200.
Yeah, 3,200. That can go pretty fast. You definitely have to budget. Like if you got that in Osaka, you'd be
fine.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
So, does he actually live in Tokyo, or does he commute?
Oh, he's gonna move there.
Oh, okay.
In the Shinjuku area.
Shinjuku.
Yeah, because the job's in Roppongi. So they must be making some money to have an office in Roppongi.
He's going to Roppongi. Okay, so
But I would also stress just learning Japanese as much as you can before you come.
yeah,
So it's hard, but you got to, man, because
yeah.
I think I wrote something down.
To go off of that, like, you can learn in my high school had Japanese, but I didn't take it. And then a lot of colleges have Japanese you can take. But it's unfortunate. You're not going to be fluent from American University, I don't think.
Nah,
You actually have
take
to
it in your own hands.
Well, yeah. Well, if you could study abroad for about a year like we did, and then, like, if you learned in high school and then college for, I don't know, your sophomore year, take your third year in Japan for a year, you'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we came in when our levels were, like, just below communication level, I think. So it's like we didn't get that full experience.
Life experience.
So
and you gotta do the commitment, because then you're just gonna slip into English too many times. It's a hard commitment. It is a big ass commitment.
Yeah, and that's when I went back to America. That's when I actually learned more Japanese, because I was like, I gotta commit to this, and I gotta study every day. And then I came back to Japan. I got lazy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I live here, so I must be absorbing it.
Right? That shit doesn't exist, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna absorb it, like.
But that's how they teach English here. They're like, just talk to him. You're like, he's 2 years old. He doesn't even know what I'm saying. And just don't use Japanese. Just talk to him.
It's like, I've been living here for years, and just talking, you might get a few words, but
yeah,
for the most of the shit's gonna go. And with that, like, why you have to take it in your own hands is that Japan, they don't give a shit. Well, I mean, I guess it's just life in general. People don't give a shit, but about you personally. But they're like, hey, if you don't get your skills up, if you don't get your Japanese up, they're like, whatever.
And this works for Japanese people too. Like, I was telling you something a while ago where I was like, I kind of like how Japan says, if you can't do better than like a salaryman job, then just be a salaryman. We're in America. In America, it's like, oh, I don't want to get a job, so my band's gonna struggle for 25 years, and we're not gonna make any money. But here, they're like, if you're good enough to make manga and can get paid to do it, do it. If you're not good enough, just fucking be salaryman. We don't care.
Yeah, they'll throw you in there. They'll throw you in the process.
Yeah, where it's like, if you have some skill that you're good enough to get paid for, then they'll start supporting you.
Yeah.
But if you're like, well, I'm just trying to work my way up, they're like, no, fuck off.
Nah. Can you do it?
So,
but if you give me a chance, can you do it? No, not yet, but go there.
Yeah.
Go to English teaching. Come on, man, just give me a chance. I can improve in a year. We ain't got the time.
Yeah. They're like, should have approved in a year ago. That's like their philosophy. So what were we saying? Like, they just don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Also, like, there was another situation today on the AOT job where it's like the classes were done, and I was like a class early, and I guess the kids went early because there was like a teacher meeting.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, classes are done. Can I just get the fuck out of here? Plus, I didn't tell him I'm leaving, but I'm like I'm on my last 2 work days anyway, so I don't really give a shit if you don't get mad or not. He's like, we got a meeting soon, but choke them out there. And I'm like, that's an annoying thing. It's just not about AOT jobs, but Japan in general is.
Yeah.
You'll get treated like a foreigner. I think I said this before. When you don't want to be treated like a foreigner. But then when you like, ooh, I'm going to use my foreigner card. They're like, nah, you're part of the Japanese system. You're like, what?
Oh, yeah.
They're like, this is bullshit. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, when foreigners and Asians go to America, they throw their cards sometimes, you know, especially when they're fresh.
Yeah,
fresh off the boat. Well, yeah, fresh off the boat. They throw that card at you a lot.
The plane, come on, it's 2020, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually, my Japanese friend told me a story about this. He lived I think at the time he was in California, and he got pulled over by a cop for speeding, and he's like, "Ugh, I don't speak English," and the guy's like, "All right, you're good," and he didn't get a ticket.
Can't do that in Japan.
I told that story to one of my adult Japanese students, and it was like the first time I've seen him actually be human. He burst out laughing at that joke. He's like, he just pretended he didn't speak English. That's hilarious. I'm like, why can't you just be like this all the time?
Maybe gotta tell more stories of Japanese taking over Americans.
Yeah.
Trim's done.
Oh, shit.
Towel's done.
Should we take a towel break?
Towel break. just dry. But yeah, that annoys me so much. It's like,
Yeah.
like, cause when you're ALT, which is gonna suck, is like you think it's cool, but you're the only foreigner in the class in the whole school.
Unless you work at like a private school, then sometimes they have like 3 or 4 foreigners, and it's like, I ain't gonna do that.
But most likely it might be just be you, and no one's really cool. So it's just
all the teachers.
It's just a bunch of annoying old going. They follow the. I think at schools they follow the system the most.
Oh really?
They're like, I'm like, God damn. These
I
guys
think I got
fucking relax.
I think I got lucky in the school I was placed at in Kawagoe, because they would actually suggest I go home early, and I'm like, I don't think my company's cool with this, and they're like, it's fine, we'll sign off on the paper. But when you say nobody's cool, at this school some people were, but there was one guy I remember for the fucking Nomikai, and he was, I told you this, he was a new guy, and I guess they just like, go ask the foreigner to come. like, but I'm more friends with the older people. But he came up and he's like, you go to party? I'm like, party? And he's like, you go to a party? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, jeez. He got mad. He got mad at me because he couldn't speak English. I'm like Nihongo daijoubu desu kedo. He's like, he like got another teacher over there and like, do you go to party? And like they were trying. I'm like, I understand the word party. What party are we talking about?
You're not being specific enough.
And then I'm like, and then he's like, Nomika. I'm like, okay, Itsu, and he's like, oh god.
When?
I'm like, what day is it? He's like, and it took him forever to tell me. It's like, next Friday. It's like, what? And that's one of those things where it's like, why can't you just be cool?
They refuse. I'll tell you that my high school ALT guy was really cool. And that was my first one, and so...
Yeah, you loved that high school job, didn't you?
What I've been chasing the dragon ever since, you know. You got that first high, you're just like, yeah, dude. But so to circle it back, so like
you should just say "turkle it back."
To circle it back, it's like just let me be the foreigner and let me leave early. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
They're like, nah, you're gonna stay. And he eventually let me leave a little early, but they were like, you know, stay. I'm like, you're gonna have a stupid ass meeting in Japanese, talking about all your shit. Why have me sit here?
Don't they usually have those like in a separate room though?
But this was more countryside, so you know these small ass.
Okay.
These fucking hicks.
All right.
And then like when I'm in class and I want to give the kids respect or pay attention, like, ha, he's a foreigner. I'm like, no, this is not the time for a foreigner card. Let's do class proper here, guys. Like,
yeah, I still, and this is one of those things where I think about so much.
That's how they reverse the shit, so it doesn't help you.
But it's one of those things where it's like, is it that they want to demote foreigners more than they want to teach their own students?
Actually, I think that's a big thing with all English teaching.
Because I just think about my work, and mine's Eikaiwa now, and it's just like the manager in front of the students just belittles me for no reason, and like, or like I'll be teaching 5 minutes later, bursts in, hey, can I have more time? It's like, you had 45 minutes, and you were over by 10 minutes. You ate into my class already. You left and came back. Why are you doing this to make me look like a fool? And then when the kids don't behave properly, it's like, why can't you just control your class?
Those kids are very aware. They see, like, oh, well, they're not respecting him. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, they know, like...
They know respect.
They're like...
Especially in Japan, they know respect.
The adults don't respect you. Why should I?
Mm.
And then, I think I don't remember if you told us on the podcast or just me, where you're like, you had to bang on a table just to get someone to listen to you in a class or something.
I think so. I think this was back in my first Ayakawa job. So I had a lot of outbursts.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Not outbursts, but just like, God damn it, you guys. You're killing me.
Did we talk about the bathroom story? Where the kid was in the bathroom?
Yeah, there was like some kid, and back in my Ayakawa, the daycare one.
Yeah.
And so, something happened. I guess he was like playing with a kid, and I was like, what the fuck happened? Somehow he got angry.
Okay.
And he went in the bathroom and slammed the door and locked it. And I was like, hey! My madness kicked out. Like, hey, you open this door right now!
Did you start laughing too?
And then the school manager was like,
the girl, the woman.
She's like, calm down, I'll get him. But he opened the door. He's like, oh, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, for you?
Yeah. I mean, when I said it, he was like, oh, I better open this goddamn door.
See, but they don't do that for me. And I actually broke a door. Because I had this little kids class, and they were like, let's hold the door shut while he goes and gets something. I came back, and they're holding it shut, and I'm like, I can't get it open. It's like 8 tiny children pushing the door.
It adds up. You're like, God damn.
And I was like banging on it, and they thought that was hilarious. And then I'm like, now I look like a bitch because these kids are holding this door shut on me. So
if you push it too hard, it'll go fly. Someone's gonna get hurt,
or they crush their fingers, and
you're like,
the foreign teacher's crushing the children's fingers. Yeah, so like I threw the door open so hard, and I banged again because Japan loves these goddamn sliding doors. And then I was like, ugh, it's kind of off the track, and I could never get it. Like I got it back on the track, but like it doesn't close all the way. And for the longest time, they were like, yeah, these kids broke the door. I'm like.
They'll respect the property, yeah.
But it's just like they just belittle you so much, and it's just like your system could probably be better if we were given some respect,
right?
Like it would flow better if the kids didn't see, oh, foreigner, time to be wild.
Yeah, like what you're saying, like shit. Hold on. Don't get like they're like what you're saying. I don't think it's about English really. I think it's about like they're saying like, oh, we want our kids to get used to foreigners.
Yeah,
I think they're leaving out a few words. They're like, I want to get my kid used to disrespecting foreigners because you guys have your media, the superheroes, the sports players. But they're like, nah, that's not awful. We can disrespect these motherfuckers.
Well, and it's annoying because it's like
in
certain classes where you're like, I have to teach from this awful book. Yeah. And the kids, I have one kid who's super smart, but he's really awkward and weird and just makes noises and like, I'm like, whatever. But then I'll talk to him like, oh, you watched a new Marvel movie? He's like, oh yeah, I really like this and this. And okay, so you can be a normal person. Just for my class, you act like this weird fuck. But then it's just like, if you talk to him, it's almost the setting that it's like, if you just talk to them in a normal setting, they're fine. Right. But not in this bizarre, this is how we'll teach English setting. And a lot of the kids at the junior high school I talk to, where I'm like, you gotta eat with them at lunch. That's another thing where they're like, you're so out of our system that we designed this special eat with the kids thing for you alone.
That sucks.
But it's like, if you're eating with them and you're like, just talking anime or something, like, oh, okay, you're a normal person. But then you're like, all right, time to teach you English in your next class. Then they're like, completely different person. It's like, what happened?
or I have classes where every kid's like, you're just like, all right, what's this? Huh? Huh? And was like, she don't know your English. And then this goes on for 40 kids, and the goddamn way you're like, all right, kill me now. I'm like, goddamn.
But you would have to teach with a Japanese teacher, right? If it's elementary.
Yeah, they still do it.
The kids?
Yeah, and now that Japan's doing this weird like English is official subject,
which is hilarious.
It's getting
it just wasn't a subject.
It's getting more weird now because it's like at some schools it's just like just a homeroom teacher that has no English. It's like this is getting weird. Like, I actually, you might. I mean, whatever floats your boat. And look, we got to get to fucking Japan, right? You might. AOT is getting real weird.
Is that just in the official subject? Is that just a global embarrassment thing, where like everyone's communicating now, and everyone that comes to Japan goes, ugh, they can't speak English, but then they go to Korea and they're like, oh, they can speak English really good. And then they go to China. Oh, they can speak English really good.
I don't think Japan gives a damn. I don't think they give a damn.
Yeah, but it's like, why make that pathetic effort?
Because it makes Japan make it look like you're doing something when you're not.
I guess.
That's Japan 101.
I think we strayed off the topic.
What's the original topic?
How to get pussy, mad pussy.
Nah, that's the next one. This one's.
Oh shit! Oh, stay tuned, folks.
Well, you see,
this was come with like a skill or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're so to bring it back around though. If you don't want, if this sounds like something you don't want to partake in.
But Japan doesn't promote anything other than you can come here and teach English. So it's kind of on. It's not on them because that's what they want. They're kind of getting that. But at the same time, it's like you could have better, I don't know, you could have more engineers or you could have more doctors or whatever. And Japan's always like, we have this shortage of workers because we're all old.
And it's like even if you talk to a Japanese person, be real, like, I really don't want to teach English. They'll act like you're talking blasphemy. Like, you don't want to teach English? Like, yeah, I just did get in here. They're like, what? It's like, what? Why is it so surprising to you?
But they're also more confused that you would even want to live here. I've had so many people be like, why do you live in Japan? I'm like, I don't know. And they're like,
I mean, it's like, what are you guys hiding? So, like, for example, like, I like my hometown. I like my estate. Like, it's my home. But if a person from, let's say, Japan came to my hometown, I would be like, so you came here?
Okay.
I'm like, I mean, it's not bad, but why here? It's not, so maybe, so it's like, so that's when it's like, so you need to know more Japanese to feel like, oh, why do you feel like this wasn't the place to come to? Where you can have a deeper conversation.
Yeah, do you ever feel like you're like missing out on conversations, I guess?
Oh yeah, of course.
And that's 100. Well, it's not 100% our fault because once again, they really don't push that you need to know Japanese. A lot of these companies only hire people that don't speak Japanese, and then they get mad at you like, we got to do all this paperwork for you. So like, you guys hired me. Ugh. And a lot of people will tell you, they told me I don't need to know any Japanese.
You don't need to know that. So you should learn some Japanese.
But it's annoying because Japanese people don't even like Japanese. At least younger people. Some people like English better because like it's easier. But I don't know. I enjoy studying Japanese. If you're, I don't know. I guess if you're studying Japanese, come here for a year in college. Go back, get it as high as possible, and then I don't know. But who comes to Japan with those skills? Like that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, it's hard. You don't know what you don't know, and they make it so welcoming at first. Like, come on, just come in. Then you're like, fuck. Then you're like, so you got that stuff, right? You're like, no. It's like, well, you need that. It's like, you were so welcoming when at the door.
Yeah.
At the airport gate when you interviewed me, why did I come to Japan?
Oh, you're talking about that the TV program.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
I was going to say, like, I had to visit the friend that's going to Tokyo. He's leaving next week, so I visited him.
Yeah.
And he had another guy he knew. And so I was talking to the other guy a little bit. And he's like, what's your college for? I was like, I did international business. You know, been in Japan for 4 years. I was like, I don't really like teaching. And he was like, you sound overqualified to be a teacher. I was like, actually made me feel a little good. I was like, ooh.
These are both Japanese people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's like a paralegal.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you're busy, he's like, I just sit at my computer and watch YouTube.
That's what he does?
He's a paralegal, but
okay.
we're like, oh, you're busy? He's like, I just sit at my computer and watch YouTube.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, he was like, you sound overqualified to be a teacher. I'm like, well, your country doesn't give many incentives.
But it is weird that I feel like most people that would move to America, let's say, typically go there because they have skills. Is this the... Well, maybe not the only country, but...
Interesting. That's an interesting thing you just said there. Interesting. Yeah, because... Yeah. Indians, they got the computers, doctors.
They have the what?
They're good with computers and they're doctors. That's a compliment.
I thought they just made curry.
But they didn't... If they can only make curry, they come to Japan.
Oh shit, we just broke the code.
Oh shit.
You just see all these flashing lights outside my apartment. People burst in. They know about India. Yeah, okay. But it's just like...
That is a thing. If you go to... A foreigner that goes to America usually has some kind of skill.
For instance, my dad's a computer programmer. Ladies, please. He's just my dad. But like all the Indians that work at like the company, like obviously learned computer programming in India, and then were like brought in because they had skills.
Yeah.
Our skill is just being alive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you happen to be born in the country with the most people that want to come here. Good for you. Come on.
That's correct. That's interesting. I'm about to think about that a little bit more.
How do we market that in our favor?
Now I'm talking about the both parts, but also the thinking point. We're like, usually people that go to America, they have to have a skill. Interesting. That's a good one. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget that. All right, I'm gonna have to change the towels. Should we take let's take a break, change the towels, then do the next one?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
All right, see y'all. Don't come to Japan.
No, seriously.